I'm Davina Samuel, Branch Manager of Union Bank Tustin Branch. Union Bank is proud to be a sponsor of this year's Moms of Orange County virtual event called Healthy Beginnings, Bright Futures. We embrace the vision of Moms of Orange County for healthy babies, empowered mothers, and strong families throughout Orange County. The theme for this year's event is resiliency. This year, more than ever, we join Moms of Orange County in celebrating the inspiring stories of resilient mothers, fathers, and families who have had to face the profound and challenging issues brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. Their stories remind us how important it is during these times to surround our most vulnerable families with those newborns and young children, and with the support and programs and resources that bring them hope. We hope you enjoyed the event and are inspired by the stories of resiliency that will be featured in the Healthy Beginnings, Bright Futures. On behalf of Union Bank, we thank Moms of Orange County for the amazing work they do.
Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Bernard, and it is my honor to welcome you today. As a mom of a precocious toddler, I am so passionate about the mission of Moms Orange County, and I am thrilled to serve as your host for this important event. Our focus today is on resilience and how Moms Orange County bridges the inequities that this pandemic has worsened, especially for moms and dads trying to manage work, childcare, and education. Today, you'll meet two of Mom's incredible clients, Maria and James, who are bravely sharing their stories with us. You'll also have a chance to support the important work of Moms Orange County by donating or participating in our auction. Now, if you haven't registered for our auction yet, it's not too late. Just follow the link below, which can also be found in the video chat, and register with your name and contact information. From there, you can bid on a variety of auction items, including 2 tickets to a Rams home game, virtual wine tastings, very important for every parent, a Ray Barbie signed skateboard, and many more. You can also donate directly to moms by visiting momsorangecounty.org and clicking Donate. This pandemic has affected each and every one of us, but some more than others. Some of you watching today are just struggling to get by, and some of you find yourselves with means, looking for a way to truly make an impact. We'd love to count on your support today. Oh, and I should mention, we are currently accepting stimulus checks. Now, before we continue, here is a quick preview of our interview with James Alvarez. As some of you may know, James' wife was tragically killed in Anaheim on August 11th, 2020, when she was struck by a drunk driver. Almost 36 weeks pregnant, James and his wife Yesenia were out for a walk on the recommendations of their doctors to help with her delivery when this tragedy occurred. Here's a clip of our conversation with James and his beautiful daughter, Adeline Rose.
Close your eyes, and I remember telling myself, like, this is the way we're gonna end and go out, you know, and this is our end. And I remember not feeling her hands anymore. And as I turn, like, I see this car just take her, and I felt so helpless, like that I couldn't do anything to save her life.
We will hear more from James later during our program, but first, let's hear from Mom's CEO, Dave Lugo.
Hi, my name is Dave Lugo, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Moms Orange County. This year, our event sponsors have partnered with us in a way that has been unprecedented. On behalf of all of us at Moms Orange County, I would like to thank our sponsors who have made this event possible. Our title sponsor, Hoag Women's Health. Our Healthy Family sponsor, Union Bank. Our Strong Family sponsors, Dr. David and Sadie Sachs, Monarch Healthcare, Beacon Point, St. Joseph Hospital, Kaiser Permanente, Cigna, Service Champions, and Andy and Dr. Allison Brooks of our Board of Directors. Our Baby Step sponsors, Farmers and Merchants Bank, UCI School of Nursing, Green Fruit Avocados, Fruit Ripe Services, and Mark and Arlene Martin of our Board of Directors. Thank you for your support, and for all of you joining us today. You're an essential part of the Moms Orange County family. As you know, this past year has been incredibly difficult for the families in our program. Yet despite the lockdown and the radical disruption to their lives, we were able to provide 11,340 quality virtual visits and group sessions with expectant and new mothers, new fathers, and babies. Our home visitors and educators became the safety net for those who were in isolation, connecting them with resources, translating health information for them, navigating the system with them, seeing those who were otherwise isolated, and helping to empower families toward confidence in health. Through those thousands of encounters, our staff also facilitated 9,445 referrals for resources such as food and basic needs, and ensured that women with high risk for depression and anxiety were connected to the specialized support they needed. And because we provided our services virtually, we were able to meet needs outside of Orange County, even outside of the country, which is an exciting new development for us. So I thank you for your partnership with us, because together we can ensure that vulnerable mothers and fathers and their babies are surrounded with the circle of support that is so very important during these uncertain times. And now I'll turn it back to Jessica to explain how you can help support Moms Orange County. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. And thank you to all of those wonderful sponsors. We here at Moms couldn't continue our work without you. Now, while we can celebrate the fact that we are emerging from COVID-19 lockdowns and restrictions, and it feels like the world is opening up again, I think we can all agree that the damage has been extensive. We've lost family members. At Moms, we saw 367 mothers, babies, and families test positive for COVID-19. Thousands have lost their jobs of no fault of their own, and families who were already struggling have had to face even greater financial impacts. The disruption in public services, education, programs for children with special needs have set an entire generation back and created new challenges for the future. Not to mention the tremendous stress on parents, of which I know well, as the concerns regarding long-term mental health impacts continue to grow. At Moms, we address and focus on the maternal, physical, and mental health of our moms, those expecting, and our dads in need of help. Maria Arellano is one of the parents in the Moms program, and I think you'll agree that the difficulties she has gone through have made her a stronger, more resilient person. Not only was her baby Dante born during the pandemic, but he was born with serious medical complications and a diagnosis of Down syndrome. But that is only part of the story. Let's hear more from Maria.
If I can describe it in one word, it will be difficult, definitely. It has been the most difficult three years of my life, basically, these last 3 years. And, just having my voice have been a blessing, and I wish for them, and I feel so blessed, to be called their mother. But definitely the challenges of their medical conditions and all that has been arising, and with COVID has made it more difficult. But I keep pushing through, and I keep just hoping that this shall pass and it will be better. When Rita entered our lives afterwards, with delivering Dante, she was there for us through phone calls because of his NICU stay. He stayed for 2 months in the NICU. We work out some home visitations after that, throughout his hospitalizations, because he had to go back many other times afterwards. But just, having those home visitations was really a big help. I felt cared for, I felt empowered, I feel supported in, just in many ways. And the way she was really compassionate, really just caring and patient, just all of her knowledge really was shared with me, and I really appreciated that. Throughout the whole visitations and throughout the whole journey with both of my kids, she did connect me with, just mental health resources. Just I was going through some sort of postpartum depression. She was able to help us out with, just connection with resources like, just diapers and, just the basic needs for kids. And as we were struggling a bit financially, just throughout the whole, journey of hospitalization. So yeah, there was a lot of unexpected expenses, and that really helped a lot. Losing my mom has definitely been the hardest thing. I mean, it's very difficult to mother, without a mother. I lost her by stage 4 cancer, lung cancer, and there was no time to battle. There was no time to, to give it a fight. So she passed when I was 1 month pregnant with Dylan. Definitely connecting with this organization, with mothers, with other mothers really has helped me, just to thrive. My husband was running an errand, and he happened to left the car unlocked, and our car seats were stolen. So I did not know what to do. It was I remember it was a late, evening, and the very next day we had an appointment to go to. So the first one was to call. The first thought, it was Rita. That was, she came to my mind. So I called her and I let her know, and she was able, in less than an hour, she was able to connect me with the Department of Highway Patrol, and they were able to donate us both car seats for both of my kids. And it's not just the resources, it's just, the fact that she was there for me, because I was overwhelmed, and just like any other mother will be. So, I'm really grateful. I really do want to invite other mothers to open up, for resources. Just don't settle, just look for resources, really. Just, Moms has helped me a lot through my journey. And I believe that, seeking guidance and in community help is not weakness, it's essential. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and a tribe, for a mother. So I feel like, learning how to be more resilient and practicing it throughout their whole life. As for myself, paying forward, I feel like, just receiving so much support right now, it really has made a difference, in between who I was before and now. It is hard, it is difficult, but, just seeing their smiles, seeing them every day, they're healthy, and we're just, it really just makes me happy, and we're thriving through. I mean, yeah. I really love my family. I love my kids. Thank you.
Welcome back to Moms Orange County's Healthy Beginnings, Bright Futures annual event. Today, we're talking with leaders of moms, as well as parents who have been supported by moms over the past year. Right now, you have an opportunity to help ensure that mothers like Maria gain the support of home visitors just like Rita. Now, as we all know, those first few months after a baby is born are so incredibly important, both for the health of the new mother and for the new baby to thrive. No one should go through this all-important journey isolated and without support, fearing for the future. Moms is there for families, and we want to give you an opportunity to donate right now toward Mom's home visitation services by clicking on the link below in the live chat. After registering, you can donate directly to moms or bid on one of our exclusive auction items. Let's take a look here. We have 3 sets of Rams home game tickets with swag. And let me tell you, you're gonna have some competition for those because my husband's watching. You will also have an opportunity for some wine tasting experiences, a Ray Barbie signed skateboard, some fitness classes like Pilates and bar. So just some incredible prizes that we sincerely hope you will bid on and contribute to moms. We'd like to thank Hoag Hospital for their generous lead donation of $15,000 toward in-home support services for new mothers and their babies. On behalf of Moms Orange County, won't you make a donation right now to build on that foundation? Every dollar donated goes directly to struggling parents in Orange County who are looking for our community's support after such a difficult year. All parents out there know how very difficult this year has been. But imagine those who don't have means, who don't have support. It is so, so important, and they need our services. The auction is live, and we'd like to thank those who have already made such an important contribution for our Orange County families. So far, here's the fun part, we've raised over $11,600. So we're close to $12,000, but we need your support. Thank you again to those who have already donated. Now, I know that many of you watching here today don't necessarily have the means to contribute a lot, and that's okay. Every little bit counts. But I also know that some of you watching today have the gift of being able to give. Won't you contribute right now for these very necessary services for moms, dads, and babies? We all know how important those early years are and the support of a community as a parent and as a child. So we're counting on you right now, and we're counting on your donations, and we thank you. We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsor.
At 31 weeks, I was hospitalized, and so I was there for about 6 weeks before delivering. It was the end of February when I went to the hospital, so everything was pretty normal, and I had family and friends that were able to visit every day. And then slowly but surely everything started shutting down, and I was no longer able to have visitors. I think mostly I felt lonely and isolated. I felt so lucky to have such a great doctor, and the nurses at Hoag were amazing. My doctor came to see me every day in on me, which I don't know if every doctor does. Everything was being taken care of, and we just really felt safe and cared for. I feel like the nurses and my doctor left such an imprint on my soul. I would tell all expectant mothers that Hoag is the best hospital with the best doctors and the best nurses, that they actually really do care about their patients.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dave Lugo, the CEO of Moms Orange County, and I'm here with our special guest, James Alvarez, and his beautiful daughter, Adeline Rose. James and Adeline, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so grateful to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. How old is Adeline now?
So right now she's actually 7 months. Yes, in a couple weeks she'll be turning 8 months. So time flies.
That's amazing. She's so beautiful. I'm so happy to finally get to meet her after seeing so many wonderful pictures of her.
Thank you.
What are some of the favorite things that you do together, James?
Oh, every little moment. I mean, just coming home from work and just seeing her smile, and you think that being such a young baby that they don't remember things, but they do. Like they recognize when she's seen her dad, and just her like sparkles in her eyes, how happy she gets. Like it melts my way. Like it doesn't matter how rough of a day I had at work, just seeing her smile, it just melts away.
That's amazing. That's amazing. James, for those viewers that are watching now that aren't aware of your story, there was a tragic accident in Anaheim back 7 months or so ago where your wife was tragically taken from you. Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It happened in August 11th, and we were walking, because we knew how important it was to walk and exercise for her to have a healthy delivery. At that time, she was 35, 36 weeks, and we were walking and we decided to take a different route that day. And I remember it was during sunset, and as we were walking, I remember we were just talking about, decorating the room and getting her, her stuff ready. And all of a sudden we hear a screeching sound, and we hear, people crying or screaming. So we turn around and then we see this car just lose control and just hop onto the sidewalk. That car was moving so fast that, I remember holding her hands, and it happened so fast that we had no time to react, to jump out of the way or anything. We just literally closed our eyes, and I remember telling myself, like, this is the way we're gonna end and go out, and this is our end. And I remember not feeling her hands anymore. And as I turn, like, I see this car just take her, and I felt so helpless, that I couldn't do anything to save her life. I knew that my wife gave her life for her, protected her. So for me, it was just like, I can't give up. Like seeing my daughter in the NICU, like in 3 days, breathing on her own, fighting for her life, whatever obstacles it came to her, like she was overcoming it. They were expecting her to be there for a couple months, and ended up just being, less than a month. So for her, she was fighting for her life. And my daughter taught me the biggest lesson in life at that moment was just to never give up. And she taught me something so that I needed to be strong and to move forward. She's that little light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm just truly blessed to have her in my life.
Well, James, thank you for sharing that. And I will say, on behalf of the entire Moms Orange County family, we are so thankful, and it's so beautiful the way you're honoring Yesenia's legacy through the way you're raising Adeline Rose.
Thank you.
James, I know that you have been part of the Moms Orange County family for a number of months now, and I believe you're in our Fathers program right now with Juan Diego. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
How has that program, James, helped you as a father, helped you grow, and helped you raise Adeline?
It helped me a lot in a way of it put many things in perspective, in a sense of that, whatever you do at this point will set you up for later on the connection that you might have with your children. And it's important to start young. And for me, what I learned was things that I didn't think about, just like carrying a legacy.
Right. Fantastic. I believe recently you served as what we consider one of our veteran dads, right? You were mentoring some of the other fellows in the group. What was that experience like?
It was beautiful. I mean, to think, I would never think that would be, a veteran, but, with my circumstances, I had to step up, and I learned everything I had to do to, for her well-being. So for me, it was beautiful to me to share that knowledge to young parents, to young fathers, I would say, that might be a little scared or, nervous for that new step in life. But I encourage them that if you take that as a most of way of bonding with your child, that you need to take full advantage of those opportunities, because those are the moments that you really connect with your child, and it sets the pathway for their future.
Absolutely. Now, you're also part of our home visitation program, right? And that was originally how you came to us. Yesenia was with one of our MCHCs, Mari, and you've continued on with that program. How has that been for Adeline's development?
It was amazing. we learned so much, from how important it was to breastfeed, to, how to exercise and have your body in a way prepared for a healthy delivery. So we learned different aspects that you might not even learn reading books. You can read a ton of books, but you really learn by in a personal setting of interacting with other moms, getting their reactions, and maybe they'll point out something that you didn't even think about.
Yes.
And now you learn something new by just hearing other mothers going through what they're going through, and having a great teacher and mentor. You definitely learn, and for us it was very valuable, and that's why we continue these programs as much as possible.
Wonderful. You've been very open in talking about your story. Is that one of the ways that you've been able to cope?
Absolutely. I believe that, either you can, just hide and be in a ball all day and cry, but I feel that just by doing that, you're in a sense of you're not going anywhere. And for me to express myself, to let everyone know about my story, for me, it was a great way for me to cope and release everything that I had inside. In a way, for me, it felt good to maybe touch people's lives in a sense of maybe, I can change someone's life in a sense of, maybe they're depressed and, now they see the better side of life. Or even if, they go out drinking and they think about, maybe I should think twice before getting behind the wheel, I could possibly, take someone's life like that, gentleman, so things like that for me, that's why I share my story.
Sure. We know so many are going through loss and heartache. What would you say to others who are going through that type of loss?
You have to see the best thing in life out of the worst case scenarios. For me, I went through losing my wife in such a dramatic way, and now having her, I see the best thing in life is that, yes, I lost my wife and I'll never forget her, but out of all this, I have this blessing in front of me, and she keeps my spirits high. Now I have a new reason to continue moving forward. And I say to the ones that lost ones, especially during these tough times, you have to find that light at the end of the tunnel, because there's something greater in front of you. You just have to look up.
Speaking of looking up, I'm watching the way she's looking up at you, and it's absolutely breathtaking to watch that. James, would you recommend new parents to join support groups such as the ones we have at Moms Orange County?
I completely support that idea. I think that it's a beautiful concept of teaching and preparing parents, for it's a step that, sometimes it's stepping into the unknown. But if we have the opportunity and tools necessary to, take that step, then I highly recommend everyone doing these programs. They're beautiful, and they prepared me so well. And me standing here, it works.
I mean, isn't Adeline just the most adorable little girl? What a privilege it is to walk alongside parents like James, and to have the opportunity to support fathers who desperately need organizations like Moms to step up when it matters most. Did you know that this is the only program of its kind for new dads in all of Orange County? I know we're called Moms Orange County, but we serve over 300 new fathers each year. So if you'd like to help fathers like James, please consider making a donation right now by visiting the link below or in the live chat. You can also visit momsorangecounty.org and click donate. Your donation and our generous sponsors is what truly makes the mission and work of Moms Orange County possible. We'd like to thank Providence for their generous donation of $5,000. This donation will help support the great work that Moms is doing throughout our communities. Now again, here's the fun part. So far, Moms Orange County has raised $13,500 and ticking up through our live donation platform. But you know what? I know we can do better because this work is so meaningful and your contributions change the lives of our future. So please won't you consider making a contribution right now. You will make a dramatic difference in the lives of countless mothers, babies, and their families. Now, let's hear from the Moms team whose dedication this past year to Orange County families, mothers, and fathers has been nothing short of outstanding. Together, we'll learn more about what the Moms team are seeing among the families in the home visitation program and how these families are coping. Let's watch.
Hi, my name is Luisa Santa Coleman with Moms Orange County. I'm the Chief Program Officer here, and we are here with our home visitors and our nurse to talk about the amazing services that we're doing and how we're pivoting with the pandemic. So the first thing I would love to know from all of you ladies who are the experts is how have we pivoted? How have we changed our services this last year with the pandemic?
Well, I want to just say, we definitely transitioned from home visitation to Zoom, to WhatsApp, so different platforms. And it's been a challenge, I believe. I think that, just changing from not going in person one-on-one and just having a screen to see your client, it's totally different.
What about the needs of our clients? How do you ladies think they have changed throughout this year? How have they been heightened? How have they been changed? Or what needs have we seen the most around the community?
Unfortunately, the needs have definitely been intensified over the past year due to the pandemic. We see a great need of the most basic necessities like food, diapers, baby clothes.
I also want to add, using the family resource centers, I think that's been such an eye-opening for many of our clients because they don't know those type of resources, so it's just having them look elsewhere, and just be an advocate for their own families.
Could you ladies share what would you say are just some of the strengths that you've seen in our clients and the resilience during this year, or maybe even share a story or anything that perhaps has impacted you?
There's so many things I admire about our clients. Their strength, their patience, their positive attitude, their willingness to get up every morning, regardless of the number of hours that they slept that night, because if there's one thing that all of our clients have in common is that they are all moms or soon-to-be moms of a baby under the 13 months of age, which that itself is a great challenge. Myself as a mommy of a baby or now a toddler, I know the struggle, I know how hard it is, yet our clients get up and they cook and they clean and they get everything ready for homeschooling if they're doing homeschooling, if there's other children, or they get ready to drop off the baby at daycare, to go to work if they're fortunate enough to still have a paying job during these tough times. So, and they try to make the best of it every day for their families, for their babies, for themselves. So that's amazing, and I admire them so much.
Yeah, I agree with Vivi. We've seen the strengths firsthand. We know our community of clients are resilient as it is. They are used to make the most out of the list, and just seeing their good attitude and just answering our calls. So I think just supporting each other. So that has been huge because we're on this together. We have the same fears. It's not that because we deal with sickness and all these different things, but we were all impacted at the same time. And just hearing them, yeah, I have all these needs, I have all these fears, but it's gonna be okay. Or just asking, how are you? How's your family? How are your kids? It's something huge. So they're stronger than we think sometimes.
Absolutely.
There's been some clients of mine who have actually started out their own business
during this pandemic and working from home and having a baby and having all these other things. You know, like Carla was saying, they're getting very creative and they're finding things that interest them to be able to provide to their families during this pandemic, which is amazing.
Talk about resilience and that grit, right? To continue surviving and just continue thriving, you know, like most of our clients are doing in their own way. So during the pandemic, obviously there were a lot of needs. Can we talk about some of the gaps that Moms Orange County was able to fill within those gaps, kind of be the bridge for those gaps?
Definitely baby items, just diapers. So moms have that peace of mind. They have enough diapers for the next couple of weeks. Referrals to the WIC program, now letting them know everything's over the phone. Another specific one could be the baby clothing. Just have that available for them. I think that's something that can help them a lot.
Bridged.
I think also just with the application WhatsApp, you're able to kind of post like a status. So whenever we get flyers on like food banks or COVID testing, I usually post the flyer on the WhatsApp status so that my clients can see it, because some of our clients don't know what's going on. So at least like to send it to each one, it's difficult, but if I just post it like on my status on WhatsApp, all my clients can see that.
I also feel, and again, this is just from my observation, that you know, you ladies have been able to fill the gap of being that mental health support for our clients, even though the need is there in terms of, you know, maybe them needing to go see someone. They may not be ready, right? But they are very comfortable with all of you because you're amazing and you develop that relationship with them every single month. And with those weekly phone calls or sometimes daily, you know, check-ins, do you feel like that has made a difference in their mental health or anxiety?
I do notice our clients do build a special bond with the home visitors. I mean, sometimes they just call our home visitors versus speaking with their family, with their spouses. They feel more trust with our home visitors, easier to speak with. There's situations where they would rather speak to our home visitor than divulge some information to someone that might not want to listen. We've had situations like that, and our home visitors are willing and ready to answer their questions and help them with any referrals that they possibly may need to mental health or a suicide hotline. We hopefully that won't happen, but it has happened. So we're ready and willing to help our clients out.
Like Carla said, we all have many. But one that just stands up, their family have gone through so much over the past year. They got COVID, unfortunately, in 2020, and as a result of that, the husband got laid off of work, and so she didn't have a job either. They're struggling to pay rent. So every single referral that I've given her, they have accessed every single one of them, and there's like 2 pages of referrals. It's like a total of like maybe 25 already up to this point.
That's great.
Food bags, diapers. They have received the Anaheim gift cards as well, and the resilience that they show, that they just keep going regardless of whatever obstacle is thrown at them or whatever curveball throws at them. They just keep going with the positive attitude, with the smile, staying together. And I truly believe that the main reason why they do that is because of the love that they have for their families. I think the love that we have for our loved ones, our families, our babies, are the greatest motivation and the biggest motor that we can use to keep going and to overcome anything that is thrown at us. So I really applaud them for their resiliency, and I couldn't be more proud of all of them.
I love that. Thank you, Vivi. And I really love that you're focusing on their strengths and their resilience, of course. Thank you.
I would say like mental health is a big thing. Just having a client who was going through a crisis, just being their go-to person. Instead of calling their partner or a relative, she came to me. So just having that trust that she was able to seek help and just being there for her. And doing the mental health calls weekly, just checking in with her. I think she was really appreciated about that because it was once a week thing of me checking in, but just knowing that I was there, that she was not alone.
And I'd like to add to, I had a client that she was going through so much emotionally. She just couldn't, just deal with what she was dealing with, especially because one of her uncles had passed away due to COVID. So it's just, she was just explaining to me about how emotional it was to just go through that process. Having one of just a family member in the hospital not being there, with them in the process of passing was very emotional, and she just needed someone to vent. She wanted to talk about how she was feeling. I was the first person to that she thought of. So when she called me and reached out, it was emotional, and we cried. We cried in the phone, and I just reassuring her, you're not alone. You're not alone, and it's okay to express that emotion. And she would express, like, I don't want my son to see me cry. But it's something that it's normal, and we're human beings. We're going through a really tough time, and we have that strength. We have to push forward, and I think that's something that she learned to just about the situation.
It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Beto. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing all your stories, for sharing your expertise, and for continuing to do the work that you do. Truly, I couldn't be happier and more proud. And now we are going to turn it back to Dave and Jessica.
We are now joined by Mom's CEO, Dave Lugo. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It is an honor to be here today. And as you have heard, it is so incredibly important that our new mothers, fathers, and little ones are part of a circle of support. It is only through the support of others that babies and their families have a strong start, and that parents have the capacity and the strength needed for the journey ahead. Moms Orange County provides that circle of support, which families need at any time, but especially during periods of difficulty, such as what our community has gone through this past year. We thank you for joining us today, and if you would like to support the work of Moms Orange County, you can still donate and help ensure that we can make a healthy and positive impact on the lives of vulnerable families in our community. Just visit the event site on your screen or go to momsorangecounty.org and click Donate. Now, our auction will remain open until 6 p.m. tonight, but we will be accepting cash donations through Sunday, which incidentally is Mother's Day.
Yes, it is.
So what better way to celebrate than by paying it forward and donating to moms in need?
Jessica, thank you so much, and thank you all for all of your generosity today. On behalf of all of us at Moms Orange County, thank you for partnering with us to help families have healthy babies. We're grateful for you, and we wish you a great rest of your day. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.